I am Robert from BN 24/7. Islamophobia in Europe. Use of Islam by extremists to justify their terrorist acts has made many Europeans regard Islam as a threat and fear Muslims as the enemy. Since 2001, some media in Europe have succumbed to reporting based on stereotypes and used the actions of Islamists to stigmatize Muslim populations. There are concerns that stereotypes and generalizations about Muslims are informing counter-terrorism measures in Europe that restrict liberties for all and negatively impact Muslim communities. What are the implications for open society? Islamophobia is a symptom of the disintegration of human values, according to former Council of Europe Commissioner for Human Rights Thomas Hammarberg. Values such as non-discrimination, tolerance, freedom of thought, justice, solidarity, and equality. These values are supposed to be inherent to European societies. They are values upon which the European Union and the Council of Europe were built. The extent and nature of the discrimination and Islamophobic incidents perpetrated against European Muslims remain underdocumented and underreported due to a lack of relevant data. Many institutions, such as the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe's Office for Democratic Institutions and Human Rights, and NGOs, such as the Collective Against Islamophobia in Belgium, have acknowledged the rise in this worrying phenomenon and noted the increasingly aggravated nature of the incidents. For instance, the 2017 EU Minorities and Discrimination Survey found that on average 1 in 3 Muslim respondents faced discrimination and prejudice in the previous 12 months, and 27% experienced a racist crime. Research also shows that Islamophobia can especially impact women in the job market, for example, as is highlighted in recent research by the European Network Against Racism. What are the Open Society Foundations doing to tackle Islamophobia in Europe? The Open Society Foundations have worked for over a decade to combat discrimination against Muslims in Europe and to make sure that Muslim minorities coexist with equal rights in their national communities. For example, we have published reports on Muslims in France, Italy, and the UK 2002, policy reports on British Muslims 2005. Detailed city-level studies on the realities of integration experienced by Muslims in 11 cities across the European Union 2009. Including a further 7 reports on the specific experiences of Somalis in Europe 2014. And reports that give voice to the experiences of Muslim women wearing the full-face veil niqab in France and the UK. We have supported groups that work on a broad range of issues affecting Muslims through various approaches, such as campaigns aimed at countering stereotypes, hate crime monitoring, capacity building, and opposition research aimed at uncovering and monitoring the counter-jihad network. We engage in advocacy at local, national, and European levels, either by directly calling, for instance, for equality data collection, advocating for improved integration policies based on open society research, or through support to NGOs like the European Network Against Racism. We engage in strategic litigation to challenge discriminatory practices, public policies, and laws.